Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jared Powley's Fragrance Reviews. Today we're going to be looking at a fragrance with a lot of character, one that will put some hair on your chest, the type of fragrance that wants you to climb up into the mountains with one of those big long horns and blow out into the wilderness. This is Brut Musk Prestige for Men, which is an EDT, eau de toilette concentration, which came out in the year 1986. This is classified as a woody floral musk. This is still in production. It's a great value fragrance that I consider very high quality. It's simple, but extremely effective. Again, this is a vintage style fragrance, and it definitely has an old school profile, which I absolutely love. I also must say with this fragrance, depending on what you like and maybe your experiences with fragrances or when you were born, and if you're more in tune with the sweeter, gourmand, synthetic fragrance, you may dislike this fragrance. But if you like that vintage feel, the vintage vibe, this fragrance will very likely be for you. So again, I would say the general profile of it, it's a definitive powerhouse musky fragrance. It's likely been reformulated, but it's definitely still macho, and it's going to turn people's heads when you wear it because it's such off the beaten track from anything that the younger crowd is wearing today. And the younger gentlemen may get a little bit nervous when they spray this, may get a little bit scared in the sense that it's so different from anything that's currently out in the market today. So I'm going to give this a spray on the back of my wrist. Initially, I get a very aromatic floral muskiness, and there's some woodiness, but it's definitely animalic. And I do, for whatever reason, even though this is not in a note breakdown, I do get an antiseptic barbershop vibe, and that maybe because it is still a Brut fragrance and it retains that barbershop quality. It's definitely there. As it dries down, it starts to become more powdery. It's still floral and musky, but it starts to smooth out, and it definitely has some sweeter, soft tobacco notes, but not too much. So it's all blending into this powdery, musky, floral type of scent. Later on, in the late dry down stages, it's still powdery, floral, musky, and it's still becoming I find a little more antiseptic. It's still taking on more of this barbershop scent, and you do get kind of the sharper biting citrus and spices. So it's a fairly simple fragrance, but no doubt I would classify it as, if you're looking for something just like an all-out, a little bit like very masculine, macho fragrance, this is something you'd want to reach for. It's not overly dynamic, but it definitely does the trick if you want something with some vigor and gusto. Notes on this fragrance are musk, tobacco, various woody notes, amber notes, a mix of spices, and a mix of citrus. Performance on this fragrance is decent. The Brut fragrances, maybe the originals from the 60s and 70s, had more power, but this one here is decent. 3 to 4 hours. You can reapply, but I always find with musky, powdery fragrances, like on my body, my skin, I don't like to overspray. Just one spray is good for me, and then I'll spray as I need every 2 or 3 hours. You say, who could wear this fragrance? I think anybody can wear it if it's your style of fragrance, but definitely it fits the profile of a gentleman that's in their early 30s or up. And some people say, well, it has the grandpa smell. I don't necessarily think so. It definitely has a powdery animalic note, which is very unusual. Not a pissy animalic note, but a powdery animalic note that's a little bit barbershop-like. So this scent, overall, my final comments, I would say, if you're looking for something that is simple and it's going to give you some, like I said, some vigor and power and some macho-ness, this may be for you. But always try before you buy. This should be readily available. I was able to find this in Canada, so it should be available in many other countries. This particular bottle was actually manufactured, it says right here in the back, in Hungary. So it's a European product, which is also good because usually you're going to get a higher quality. So if you like this video, or if you have tried the vintage of this fragrance or any other comments on the fantastic line of Brut, leave them down below and I'll always get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.